In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, a man was faced with a challenge like no other. Alone, stranded, and lost at sea, he would endure unimaginable hardships for 438 days, nearly 15 months. This is the incredible story of José Salvador Alvarenga, who survived the unthinkable. The ocean is one of the most beautiful yet unforgiving environments on Earth. When things go wrong, when the waves rise and the winds howl, it can quickly become a place of death. But in this case, it was a place of survival. José Salvador Alvarenga was a fisherman from El Salvador, a man who knew the sea better than most. He'd spent years working on boats, navigating treacherous waters, and enduring long stretches away from home. But even the most seasoned sailor couldn't predict what would happen on November 17, 2012. It was supposed to be a routine fishing trip. Alvarenga and his younger companion Ezequiel set out from the port of Costa Azul. They had no idea that this simple trip would turn into a nightmarish battle for survival. As the men were far from shore, a violent storm struck without warning. The winds howled and the waves crashed violently, throwing the boat into chaos. The small craft was no match for the power of the ocean. The boat was destroyed. Ezequiel and Alvarenga clung to what they could, a small inflatable raft that would become their only lifeline. As the storm raged, Ezequiel began to panic, unable to cope with the chaos. After days at sea, with no land in sight and no way to call for help, the men faced their most harrowing reality. They were alone. And as the storm subsided, it was clear that Ezequiel's mental state had begun to deteriorate. The isolation and fear were too much to bear. Ezequiel did not survive. His body was found days later, and his death became a grim reality for Alvarenga. Alone, stranded in the Pacific Ocean, he now faced a fight not just against nature, but against the crushing weight of loneliness. With his companion gone, Alvarenga now faced a daunting reality. He was completely alone. The harsh environment was unforgiving. The sun beat down on him by day, while the cold nights brought a chill that numbed his bones. His raft was small, hardly enough to shield him from the elements, but survival is about adapting, and Alvarenga would need every ounce of ingenuity to make it. The first challenge was finding food. Without a fishing net or any real tools, Alvarenga used his bare hands to catch fish, sometimes only the small creatures that came too close to his raft. He learned to fish at night when his hands could feel the fish below the surface. But his situation was desperate. He didn't have the luxury of abundance. Every catch, every drop of water was precious. The mental toll was just as severe as the physical. Alvarenga's isolation weighed on him. The sun and the endless water became a blur. He no longer knew the days of the week, the month, or even the year. The passage of time felt like an eternal punishment. Alvarenga's mind began to unravel. The silence of the sea was maddening. He would talk to himself, to God, to the ocean, just to maintain a sense of connection. In these dark moments, he wrestled with the desire to give up. After months of drifting, a small, unimaginable miracle occurred. On January 30th, 2014, over a year after setting out, Alvarenga spotted something he hadn't seen in months: a speck of land. After 438 days at sea, Alvarenga was finally rescued. His skin was sunburned and cracked, his body emaciated, but his spirit had endured. Alvarenga had survived the deepest isolation, the most relentless storms, and the crushing weight of despair. And now, he was safe. But the scars of his ordeal would stay with him forever. Returning to his home country, Alvarenga became a symbol of survival. His story was a testament to the power of the human spirit. But the psychological toll was immense. He would never fully recover from the trauma of his isolation and loss. José Salvador Alvarenga's story teaches us more than just the mechanics of survival. It reminds us that no matter how dark the path, no matter how distant the horizon, hope can carry us through. The ocean may have taken so much from him, but it could never take away his will to survive. José Salvador Alvarenga's incredible journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It shows us that even in our darkest hours, we have the power to survive. Based on the true story of José Salvador Alvarenga. Subscribe Plexi View for more.